Hey guys, Aubrey here. Today I'm doing the Eureka Math Grade 3 Module 5 Lesson 10 homework. So let's get started. Number 1, each fraction strip is one whole. All the fraction strips are equal in length. Color one fractional unit in each strip. Then answer the questions below. And also, by the way, if my videos help you or benefit you in any way, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would like and subscribe because it really helps me and benefits my channel as well. So if you could do those two things, like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. So let's get started. Alright, so this first part should be pretty simple. Just shade in one of the fractional unit. So 1/2, we shade in one of the 2 halves. 1/3, shade in one. And let's see, go down. 1/5, 1/4, 1/9. Alright, now number 2, circle less than or greater than, whisper the complete sentence. So A, 1/2 is less than or greater than 1/3. Well, if you go back up here, you can see the 1/2 and 1/3. And if you look closely, you can see that 1/2 is greater than 1/3. So you can circle greater than. C, 1/4 is less than or greater than 1/2. Well, even though they're not right next to each other, you can tell that 1/2 and 1/4 is less than 1/2. Now 1/5 and 1/3, tell 1/3 is greater. You can also tell, if you start to notice a pattern here, 1/5 is less than 1/3. The numbers with the denominators that are smaller, like 2 and 3, they are greater than the fractions with the bigger denominators. That's because if you have the same thing, and if you're splitting it into smaller amount of groups, then that means each group would be bigger. But if you're splitting it into a bigger amount of groups, so you're dividing something into more groups, then the size of each group would be smaller. So, for example, let's say you have 12 apples. If you're going to divide that into 3 groups, the size of each group would be 4. But if you're going to divide it into more groups, like let's say 6 groups, the size of each group would be 2. So if you're dividing it into more groups, the size of each group would be smaller. So 1/2 and 1/5. 1/5 would be smaller than 1/2 because you're dividing the whole into 5 pieces, and 5 is greater than 2. Alright, now let's look at this. 1/9 and 1/2. Alright, so 1/9, 1/2. 1/2 is greater, so 1/9 is less than 1/2. 1/4 and 1/9. 1/4 is greater than 1/9. 1/5, 1/4. Well, 5 has a bigger denominator, so 1/5 is less than 1/4. And this one, 6/5, 3/3. 6/5, 6 over 5. Notice how it's over, that's more than the denominator, so this is more than a whole. And this is 3/3, and 3/3 is equal to a whole. So we have a number that's greater than a whole and a whole. So this number would obviously be greater than 3/3. Next page. Number 3. After his football game, Malik drinks 1/2 liter of water and 1/3 liter of juice. Is it Malik or Malik? Malik. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Did Malik drink more water or juice? Draw an estimate to partition, explain the answer. Alright, so this is a liter. So half a liter of water and 1/3 liter of juice. So 1/2 and 1/3. Which did he drink more of? So obviously he drank more of the water, or the 1/2, because 1/2 is greater than 1/3. And why that is because you're splitting it into 2 groups, and this one you're splitting it into 3 groups. So the size of each group in the 1/2 will be bigger. So that is why. Can write Malik drink more water because 1/2 of a liter is more than 1/3. Alright, and number 4, use greater than, less than, or equal to compare. 1/4 and 1/8. So 1/4 or 1/8. So look at the denominator, because if our numerator is the same, then we look at the denominator. We have 4 and 8. So 8 is bigger. That means you're splitting the whole into more groups, which means the size of each group would be smaller. So 1/4 would be greater than 1/8. Now B, 1/7 and 1/5. Our numerators are the same. So our denominator, 7 and 5, 7 is greater, so that means 1/7 is less than 1/5. See, we have 1/8 and 1/8. So these are equal. And for D, we have 1/12 and 1/10. 1/12 and 10, so 12 and 10, 12 is greater, so that means 1/12 is less than 1/10. And E, 1/15 and 1/13. 15 is greater than 13, so 1/15 is less than 1/13. And F, 3/3, that's a whole, because 3/3, and 1 whole. So these would be equal to each other. Alright, number 5, write a word problem about comparing fractions for your friends to solve. Be sure to show the solution so that your friends can check their work. So let's see, we can say, we'll say, what's the name? I'll do Brooke. Why not? Okay, Brooke ate 1/3 of the, 1/3 of a blueberry pie and 1/5 of an apple pie. Did Brooke eat more blueberry pie or apple pie? So yeah, this is a basic question, 1/3 or 1/5. You guys can be creative too and make your own problems. And the solution, just do it here. One-third and 1/5. 1/3 is greater than 1/5. So leave it like that. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helps. And please don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps on my channel. See you guys next time. Bye!